In this video, I want to share with you the 4 types of network marketers, and you might be aware of 3 of them, but there's definitely one that you're not, and we're going to break it down step by step of what it's going to take to identify you as that level. If for those of you who don't know me, my name's Fraser Brooks. My network marketing career started in 1987, but I wasn't born until 1988. I got started when my mum and dad went to an event. I was in the womb at their first ever network marketing event. And since then, they went on to make their millions, and I followed in their footsteps, and now I travel all over the world helping people just like you build their business, mainly using social media, but really understanding the mindset, the core skills, basic levels of leadership as well. And yeah, I'm excited about this video. So there are 4 levels. The first level is the amateur, and the amateur is a hobbyist. The amateur kind of joins the business, talks about it, maybe just joins for better product discounts. Maybe they join for the community. Maybe they want to start getting into personal growth. And a lot of people stay at the amateur level because they don't want to become a professional. They just want to be around the fire. They want to be around the energy. They want to do the book club with their communities. They want to get better discounts, and that's fine. But you really have to make a decision. Do you want to become a professional, which is the second level? Like, do I want to actually become a network marketing professional? Now, a network marketing professional, it should take a few years. Think about it. I went to university and I studied construction management. I did 2 years of college, which is like foundational course. And then I did 3 years at university. I was studying for 5 years on how to build other people's homes until I realized that I need to help other people build their dreams instead of their homes, right? So it's really important to understand that it might take 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years to become a network marketing professional. But you don't have to do the curriculum of 3 hours a day or like 10 hours a week. You could do 60-hour weeks. I'm not telling you to do that, but you could if you wanted to speed the process up. And a network marketing professional, they know how to like write like a name list, let's say, or generate leads, basic level of leads. They know what to do when it comes to inviting. They know what to do when it comes to presenting. They know what to do when it comes to follow up, and they know how to get someone started and like to launch someone. Like, those are the things that you need to become a professional. Outside of that, yeah, you can become like the next levels. The third level is the mature professional. This is the level that most people don't really understand because they're bigger than a professional, but they're not yet a real leader. And I'm going to go through it in a minute because the 4th level is then becoming a leader. And I think when I look back to the beginning of my journey, I was petrified at the idea of being a leader. Why? Because I wasn't one. When I started, I was an absolute amateur who had a mentor who'd made millions. So I was like, I'm going to become a professional really quickly. And within like 18 months, I believed I'm a network marketing professional. This is my profession. If someone says, what do you do? I could proudly say I am a network marketing professional, and I could back it up with like, a 7 out of 10 skill for all of them, right? And if you're not too sure, do yourself a little kind of quiz or a little kind of like review of, okay, out of 10, how good am I at lead generation? How good am I at inviting? How good am I at presenting? How good am I at like following up and continuing the conversation? And how good am I at launching people's businesses? And you should be like 6, 7, maybe 8 out of 10 for the majority of them to prove that, hey, I'm a professional. Maybe like 30 to 35 would be like a good standard of like, okay, I'm probably a professional now, but it has to be honest. And maybe you get other people to give you the like truthful, honest scores for you as well. So you can have like an average of it. But anyway, I didn't see myself as a leader. I became a professional very quickly. And I soon realized that I'm going to have to become a leader, but leadership takes decades. So you could be an amateur today, right? You've signed up, you're an amateur, congratulations. You could be a professional within 18 to 36 months, right? If you do it consistently. But then you wouldn't be a leader for maybe 10 years, right? It takes a long time to become a leader. There's some stories where there are leaders after like 3, 4, 5 years. They are unicorns, right? But maybe you become a leader after 10 years. So what's in between? And what's in between is the mature professional. I've got 10 core traits of like what makes a mature professional versus an immature professional. And that's it, right? You're either mature or you're immature. And if you're immature, it doesn't mean you're like childish. It just means that you haven't got these skills yet. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to give a score out of 10, like or 1 or 2. Let's go yes or no. I've changed the scoring system very quickly. I went from 1 to 10 to 1 to 2 to yes or no. You either have it or you don't. It's black or white. It's yin, it's yang. It's salt, it's pepper. You either have it or you don't. And if you're not sure, say no. Right? And your goal really here is to have 7 of the 10 where you go, yes, 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 yes. Then you're a mature you're a mature professional. Let's go through it, okay? Number one, motivation. Like, you're an immature builder or an immature professional, you wait for your upline to motivate you. So you text them like, all right, what's going on today? Or you're waiting for the company to motivate you. Otherwise, you're just sitting there on a Monday morning like, oh, I can't be bothered today. That is being a professional. You know what to do, but you're not doing it because you've got a level of immaturity. The mature professional, they are self-motivated. They know what gets them excited. They know that I'm not excited about necessarily the goal as much as I am about just doing the work daily. Trust the process or marry the process. Divorce the results. Number two, recognition. The immature professional craves recognition. They need their upline to tell them, great job. They need to come off stage and get the high fives and, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? They need to be able to hit the next rank to get all that attention. The mature professional self-recognizes. They go, you know what? At the end of the week, maybe on a Sunday or on a Monday, they do their notes like, okay, what could I have learned better? What did I win? What did I lose? What did I reflect on? And they go, you know what? Last week was a flipping amazing week. On to the next. Because you can recognize yourself as often as you want. I think it's Tony Robbins. Again, I reference his quotes a lot. Maybe it was him, maybe it wasn't. But I'm pretty sure he says, success without recognition or celebration is failure. The idea of like, you make your wins and you don't take the time to celebrate them. You get some wins and you don't take the time to be like, you know what? I did a good job. You might as well fail because the people who are failing aren't getting those wins anyway. Number three, I should hope if you're watching this, you already have it. Number three is learning. Now, the immature professional, they don't learn. Right? They're waiting for their upline to teach them what to do. What's the podcast? What's the YouTube? What's the video? What's the event? What's the book that we should read? Now, mature professionals, they are self-learning. Like, they're waking up, they're doing their personal development, they're listening to podcasts in the car. They've got the Alexa playing different things on when they're in the house. They're watching YouTube videos instead of Netflix, whatever that might be. Their entertainment budget is less than their education budget. Their entertainment time is less than their education time. So again, question, are you a self-learner? Yes? Or do you need other people to tell you what to learn? Number four, please answer this one honestly. Number four is responsibility. Now, the immature professional, they point the finger, they play the blame game, they blame the system, blame the company, blame the timing, blame the economic crisis, they blame. And to me, right, there's that, you've seen that demonstration where you point the blame at someone else, there are three fingers pointing back at you, and there's a thumb going upstairs to the higher power who's watching everything. For me, the word blame is two words, blah, 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 me. Like, what am I going to do about it? Like, what am I going to do about the situation? I can't keep blaming. Nothing happens when you do that. That's why you are the immature professional. You know what to do, but you're deciding to blame the things instead so that you don't have to do it. Now, the mature professional, they take 100% self-responsibility. They go, you know, if it is to be, it's up to me. What did I learn from that? What can I do better? What did we do as a group to allow that not to happen next time? Someone left the company, instead of, oh, the company changed their compensation plan. Instead, what can I do better to keep more people in, increase the retention, create that core leadership unity? Number five is initiative. Again, if you're an immature professional, and it's okay because you're going to progress, right? You're waiting for your upline, for your leader to take the initiative. Hey guys, this is what we're going to do. Hey, we're going to run this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. That's what it is when you're an immature professional, when you don't take your own initiative. And on the other side of the coin, when you are a mature professional, you use your own initiative. Okay, the company have announced that this Black Friday, we're going to have this discount. What are we going to do to make that look even more sexier and absolutely maximize this promotion? Events, right? So let me tell you this one. Dare to Dream is coming up. 16th, 17th, and 18th of April 2026. And it's already sold out. In the room, already sold out. So there's a couple of people that I'm working with, like who are leaders who are bringing 50, 100, 200 plus people to the event in Barcelona. We sold 1,500 tickets in just 8 days, which is wild. And 2027 we're going to go for a bigger room and all that. I'm excited. Stay tuned for that. What we recommended was, hey, your team can't get in the room, but they can still be in Barcelona and feel the energy. So it's a 3-day event. It starts at like 1 p.m. on day one and it finishes about 3 p.m. on day two. On day three. So you have the morning, like from 9 a.m. till let's say midday on day one, and you have maybe from 5 p.m. till late, right, on day three. So people come to Barcelona, you rent a hotel room, right? You get a couple of the team who aren't in the room at that event who are going to host it. You play the live stream because we're selling live stream tickets to Dare to Dream very, very soon, right? We're going to have a couple of thousand people on the live stream, like tickets. I mean, like, so there'll be a lot of people watching because of what I'm telling you now. And guess what? Using their own initiative, they will have hundreds of people in another room, right? Maybe it's 10 people, 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, whatever that might be, in another room, watching the exact same content, having the same sort of energy that they can create by being in the room together, just watching a lot, like a long movie, let's say, that's relevant for their business. In the breaks, they can have brainstorming sessions. And before the event, you can set the standard and set the tone. And at the end of the event, you can do a debrief and a celebration because it'll be in the evening anyway. That's an idea of using your own initiative. And again, you don't necessarily have to be a leader for that because you might only have 5 or 6 people in the room. You've got a ticket with a friend and then 4 or 5 of your team hasn't. You get them to Barcelona anyway and you run that separately, right? Like it's not necessarily like common sense. It's more initiative. It's important. Number 6, consistency. This word gets mentioned a lot. When you're the immature professional, you know what to do, but you're not doing it consistently. Your distractions are getting the better of you. It doesn't mean that you're an amateur because you know what to do. You're a professional, just like you're not necessarily consistent in your work. Maybe you go beast mode on a Monday, a little bit less on a Tuesday, a little bit less on a Wednesday, and by Thursday, Friday, you're like, oh, I'm already thinking about the weekend, right? Maybe you're like really excited about your job one day and then not excited about it the next day. Now, mature professionals, they are so consistent because it's their responsibility to show the rest of their team or show the rest of the world, this is the thing that I've committed to do for the next 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. This is important. All of these are important. Consistency is important. Responsibility is important. They're all important. And this is why it's so important to understand you can make a decision today to go from professional to mature professional, but it will take a long time to do the mature professional things to then become the leader. So that's why it's a stepping stone. Number 7, emotional control. We're in an industry that is very emotional, right? Incomes do this. 1 month is huge. Like November, Black Friday could be absolutely tremendous. And then December, because you go missing for 2 weeks to take time with the family and rest and recover and plan for the next year, then it could come right down. And you're like, oh, I'm super excited. When I was an immature professional, my mood was determined by my expectations of my back office. Meaning I would log on to my back office, it would just always be on there. I would hit refresh. If the volume didn't go up according to my projection, I would be miserable. If it went to my prediction or better, I would be on fire. I'd be the greatest person in the world to hang out with. But if it didn't, I'd be the worst person in the world to hang out with. I was immature. Now, a mature professional is dead to the ups and downs of the business. Now, they still celebrate their wins, but the ups and the downs day to day, it's like, well, it doesn't matter if it's a good day or a bad day. Like, I'm gonna be trending upwards anyway. Like, because if you get too excited about the highs, you will get really disappointed with the lows, and there will probably be more lows than highs until you're in momentum where every day is an all-time high, right? So again, it's important to appreciate and understand the maturity between immature and mature of emotional control. Number 8. Focus. An immature professional chases all the shiny pennies, not necessarily companies, but different tactics, different platforms, different styles, different people. One day they dress black and white. The next day they're dressing like, because someone else was wearing pink, they're wearing pink all the time. And then they saw someone on stage in a blue suit and they were like, I want to wear that women's blue suit as well. So they come to that and they're so distracted by not focusing on one thing, and focus everywhere creates momentum nowhere. So the mature leader understands we have one way of doing things. We read a handful of books. We go to these events. This is our roadmap. And they have a focus towards doing the basics. If you steer away from the basics, then you're on your own. You're going to get distracted, and distraction causes chaos. We don't let the chaos in. We don't edify the chaos. We edify the basics, the roadmap, the plan. Number 9 is leadership. Now, again, this is where either an immature or mature professional, not necessarily the leader yet, but basic level of leadership. Like an immature would just be managing people's moods, right? Just telling them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. The mature professional is mentoring more than managing moods. And they're not managing, they're mentoring the ups and downs. They're mentoring through challenges. They're, hey, come at me with solutions, not problems. And again, like, I don't want to go into the leadership part too much because it will maybe confuse things. Or like, hang on, you're talking about leadership, but I thought you were talking about being a professional. But again, Like, are you immature as a professional when it comes to leadership, or mature? Like, are you mentoring and leading people through their challenges, or just like, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, it could be better, couldn't it? Because that then relates to blaming and not taking self-responsibility. All of the ones above kind of lead to this number 9. And number 10 is community contribution, right? An immature professional will go like, what's in it for me? Like, why should I do that Zoom call? Why should I do this? Why should I, like, what's in it for me? It's an egotistical approach. The mature professional goes, what can I do to help grow the community? And I always thought of it like this. Imagine that you took everyone in your organization and you scored them from 1 to 10 on like their level of skill as a professional, right? Even if they're not professionals. Whatever the average score is, let's say it's 2.7, because our industry has a very, 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 very low level of skill. There's 103 million people involved in network marketing, and the majority of them are amateurs who want to be amateurs who do nothing towards growing their number of skill. So 2.7 is probably a high number. It's probably more like 1.3. So the question is, the mature professional here, what can I do to increase that number inside of my community? What events could I run? What Zoom calls could I do? Who could I mentor? What are the 5 to 15 people that I need to work with effectively and efficiently to be able to grow the overall organization? And again, number 9 and number 10 is now coming into leadership, but it has to at some point, right? You go from amateur to professional to mature professional, and then obviously you become the leader, and then obviously after that you've got elite level leaders and leader of leaders and all that fun stuff coming up. Those are the 10 attributes. Those are the 10 traits of a mature professional. Go away and let me know in the comments, how many of them did you say yes to and how many did you say no? What areas of growth do you need? And at Dare to Dream, we're going to go into this in much depth, and I'm going to get some of the people in the room who are the mature professionals sharing their perspective on all these different 10 things. You're going to absolutely love it, whether you're in the room in Barcelona or you're going to come to Barcelona in another room and enjoy the energy, or you are going to be watching from home. I cannot wait. And I'll leave the link in the description for you to check out the live streaming ticket. I think you'll be blown away by what we offer, what we do, and how much that ticket is. And I look forward to seeing you on the next time. Don't forget, smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you next time on the next video. Bye-bye for now.